So I'm in charming New Orleans and very excited to have my bike here. Man, there's no better way to explore a city than on a bike, and this is a charming city. Today I'm gonna go get some really good food, listen to some music, have some great drinks on Bourbon Street, bike around and just see this cool city. If you've ever watched a video from me before, I'm probably talking about eggs or breakfast sandwiches at some point. Today's first stop was at Molly's Rise and Shine, this cool little breakfast shop over off of Magazine Street. And I got the Grand Slam. This is a beautiful breakfast sandwich, English muffin, sausage, you can add egg, which I did, hash brown, these like griddled onions, and this melty cheese. Very, very delicious. All powered up on breakfast. I went down Magazine Street. Cool street just to bike down just because there's so many fun shops. And headed over to Audubon Park. I'm coming off of a Chicago winter and getting to bike around and see some green trees and some really cool trees. The live oaks in New Orleans are just really beautiful, interesting looking trees. This is St. Charles Street. It's got I guess a trolley line right in the middle here. And mansions flanked on every side. So I'm headed to Cherry Coffee Roasters. I'm gonna go get some coffee and sit, do some reading in German. Trying to be better about, on this trip, doing a little of everything I should do each day. So like reading in German, doing German grammar, trying to do push-ups every day, pull-ups whenever I see a pull-up bar in a park. Clean the car. Man, cleaning the car that I'm camping in is crazy important. Kind of the same thing with like when you're bike packing, like putting things away in the same spot each time and like streamlining your tent camping setup and all that. You can waste so much time by being a little lazy here and there and then trying to dig yourself out of a hole constantly. Okay, coffee time. Thanks, man. Hop back on the bike and headed over east to the more iconic part of the city, which is the French Quarters and Bourbon Street and that whole area. Woohoo! Actually, okay, now the wind's pushing me. So it's 81 today, and this wind, if you're riding into it's not fun, but it is keeping it from being really hot, which is great. All right, back on St. Charles Avenue. I think this is kind of like where it's particularly fun to navigate on a bike. There's a little bit of traffic and it's a little bit pedestrian, but you can just kind of like zip through on a bike. On your left. First stop was Café du Monde. They do these beignets. You get 3 of them in a bag. They're literally sitting in a pile of powdered sugar. If you're in the restaurant, you can see them just like piling on the powdered sugar. Very warm. That's good. Just grease and sugar. something even like a little bit like bready about the texture. And the flavor, it's like a little more like, I don't know, it's not like a donut. A little yeasty. Bread is one of those things in general that like you can't beat it when it's fresh. And these beignets, warm, they're so good. Those made me very, very happy. I feel good. From there, I just kind of zipped around the French Quarters, jumped onto Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street was exciting because someone could probably say don't be on your bike here. And it's, I don't know, I like just being on a bike where it's kind of, where you're not meant to be. That's what's exciting to me sometimes about biking around. It's just like exploring an area at a different pace than walking. I think I just saw a Colt. I decided to go to Fritz because it was a little more calm further down on Bourbon Street. Had a Sazerac. So Sazerac is a rye whiskey, bitters, some sweetener, a little absinthe, and a garnish of lemon. Lovely. And then I had a hazy IPA of some sort. I think I was pretty tipsy after that. Because when I look back at my GoPro footage, I'm just like mumbling and singing to myself. It's so nice coming straight out of winter in Chicago down to New Orleans to bike around after the sun goes down and it's still warm. I love that feeling of being on a bike. People start to go in for the night. It feels like you have the city to yourself, but it's super comfortable out. Also, I just love playing around on the bike at night. Bike back over to the west side of town and I decided I needed some food. So I stopped at Parasols. Just like a cute neighborhood bar, literal neighborhood bar. There's houses all across the street from it. And grabbed a shrimp po' boy. I gotta say, it was okay. Fried shrimp, bread, some basic veggies. Took a little inventory that I had sobered up and biked over to my stealth camping spot where my van was parked. So basically, I've been living out of my minivan for 3 weeks. I have both my bikes in there, and what's nice is you can just kind of stealth camp anywhere, especially in a minivan, nobody knows. You just have little blackout cutouts for the windows, and with like a tinted window, nobody knows you're in there. Have a pull-out kitchen in the back and a fold-up bed. As long as it's not blazing hot or super cold, it's kind of a nice way to do a little stealth camping. New Orleans is cool. I actually could spend way more time there checking out more places, especially food places would have been so fun. Next up is gonna be Austin. Austin is my freaking favorite as far as like having nature outside in the city, being able to bike around, and there's mountain biking and Texas barbecue and breakfast tacos. And the Barton Springs, so beautiful. I'm gonna post some videos about the new bike I just got and all the gear I'm gathering for my dream trip on my dream bike to Austria and Germany in like, a month and a half away. Thanks everybody for following along. Thanks for always chatting and liking and subscribing. If you've seen a few of these videos and you haven't subscribed, it would mean a lot to me if you did. This is a small channel and it goes a long way to helping it grow. All right, thanks for watching.